I think I am mentally prepared for this. It has been a long time coming. Penny Pinchers are back in the Stanley Cup final, and we know it will be either against Minnesota or Seattle. Now, the last thing that we looked at was Seattle's forwards, and we're still going to go through the whole thing and see what Minnesota looks like too. But that Seattle offense jump scared me into making a save here because you have former Penny Pincher Dominic Orpik. High franchise. Jesus. Dominic Orpik, who is over a point per game or at a point per game. Math. He is over a point per game. Jesus Christ. Again, Orpik left 3 years ago because we were priced out on him. Unfortunately. I'm sure you can see why we were priced out in a challenge where we have an internal salary cap. Centered by Eli McCamey? Eli McCamey. Yeah. 16 points in 15 games. Only making $9 million. He was the 5th overall pick in 2027. And then 31-year-old Matty Beniers. 11 points in 15 games. What's Beniers getting paid? 9.3. Damn. Second line is Malachi Zanetti. 10 points so far this postseason. 6th overall in 2028 as a two-way. Centered by Berkeley Cat. 11 points so far this postseason. And Connor Kurth. 2022 draft pick of the Tampa Bay Lightning. The third line, Gustavs Griva. 7 points so far this postseason. Shane Wright on 9 points. And Anthony Beauvillier, 36 years old, has 8 points. Fourth line, Will Cooley. With James Malatesta and Nicholas Rossetto. 2026 second rounder of the Kraken. That center depth is obviously ridiculous, especially knowing that Matty Beniers should be at center. Defensively, it's not awful, but it's not amazing. They have Shai Buyam, 6 points and a +3, next to Carter Yakemchuk, 4 points and a +5. The second pair, Ryan Johnson with Carter Amico. And the third pair, Dakota Rayom Mullen with Ty Emberson. How many Euro jerseys do I have? Just the Iserlohn jersey. I didn't end up getting a Liga jersey the last time I was in Finland. If I go back, I'm going to change that, despite the price. In goal, Carter Essler and Thatcher Demko. Essler's done well. Scratches up Jakub Dvorak, Henry Thrun, and Albert Castles. So obviously Seattle is a little bit scary. Minnesota is up 3-2 in that Western Conference final. They look like this. And to be honest, they might be more scary because they're not as stacked. It's Yegor Chinnikov with Marco Rossi, now 32 years old, and Kirill Kaprizov, now 37 years old and still putting up points in the playoffs. Crazy. Second line, Matt Boldy, alongside Charlie Stramel, the old Stramel, and Kevin Fiala at 37 years old, back in Minnesota, old Kevin Fiala. And then Nikita Chibrikov with Joel Eriksson-Ek and Ryder Ritchie. The fourth line, Yegor Shreen with Sasha Boisvert. Good old Boisvert. And Tarik Parashchuk. Tarik. Yeah, there's that. I always just try to think of all the different ways I can say a name. There was a few. Defensively. Well, no matter what, we're facing a Buyam. Top pair is Cam York and Brock Faber. Second pair, Zeev Buyam with Tristan Luneau. And Declan Chisholm with Maxim Sturbach. The goaltender, Jesper Wallstedt. You know what? Pretty much no matter what. And hey, shout out to a former player of ours, John Mustard, who was here for a long time. No matter what. Yeah, you're right. The Western Conference Final is the Bouillon Bowl. No matter who we play, it's a tough challenge. Here we go. Will it be Minnesota? Yes. Gordy Campbell, you were right that we could make it to the final. You were right. We've made it here once before. It did not go well. But now we're back to take on Jesper Wallstedt and the Minnesota Wild in the Stanley Cup final. 4 wins away from winning this Stanley Cup with an internal cap. There's a lot of young players on this team that aren't getting paid that much. It took some miracle contracts like Michael Misa being willing to sign for fucking dirt cheap. Dude, look at this. 97 overall. He's making $6 million. It's the luckiest contract negotiation I've ever had in a video game. And then Ruben Green obviously acquired, like, there's a lot of pressure. There is a lot of pressure to win here. Manny James is going to get the start because he has the most recent win. If we fall short, we are probably going to lose Keandre Miller. His deal is up. We'll probably let him go because of decline and look to bring in a replacement. Only other guy we really have to worry about is Priestop as an RFA, which, I mean, literally, I could sign this guy right now. I don't think he's ever going to be worth this crazy like offer sheet amount. So he's going to be another one of those guys that we might be able to develop if this series goes poorly. So why not sign him now to know that he's going to be here? So yeah, $4 million over 8 years for Priestop. In goal, Koltsov is going to free agency. Because again, right now, the most that we can sign a player for is still under $7 million. Yeah. So we're not going to be able to do much there. We're not going to be able to do much there. So yeah, Koltsov, it's going to be interesting, but we have James there too. How much longer is Misa signed for? Not too much longer. He does have 2 more years after this. Taves has 1 year after this. Then he's an RFA. Cripps is signed long-term. DuPont, 1 year left. Then he's an RFA, which is crucial. Green, 1 year left after this. Then we're going to get priced out. 2 more years for Diorio and Harris. 1 more year after this for Wozniak. Ozzy might actually end up being here for the duration of that contract. But again, like, look at this. Guys like Stenberg, Latakainen being signed now long-term. Like, we're still putting ourselves in a good spot, trying to future-proof as best we can. But I'm not opposed to winning the cup here and saying, thank you very much, good night, and moving on to something different. And that's a big if. That is a big if. Because there is no guarantee that we're going to win this. No guarantee at all. 93, 91, 92 in terms of our ratings versus 93, 87, and a 91. The Minnesota Wild and the Peg City Penny Pinchers. The last time we were in this situation, we were swept by the now retired Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers. It is game number 1. First period. 3-1. 3 goals on 7 shots. Ruben Green, Brooks Rogowski, and Ivar Stenberg. Offset by a power play goal from Kirill Kaprizov, but that is a hell of a way to start. Second period. Still 3-1. We go to the third. Greg Taves makes it 4-1. Oreo, Greg Taves again. The Peg City Penny Pinchers, internal cap and all, have finally won a game in the Stanley Cup Finals. We are up 1-0 on Minnesota. 6-1, your final score. Taves, Green, and James leading the way. There's something that has to be done really quickly. There's something that has to be done. Is it early for this? Maybe. Maybe it is. Manny. Can I call you Manny? Can I call you Manny? I hereby say hello to in lieu of flowers on the 40 months. Doing well, how are you? I hereby decree you. Oh, why all the palm trees? Give me a crown. There you go. I hereby decree you King James. The real King James. I don't think there's another goalie helmet with a crown, is there? So I pretty much have no choice but to use LA's. There's a new King James in town, damn it. Because Ontario doesn't even have a proper crown or anything like that. Let me know if there's another team I'm not thinking of whose helmet we could use, but King James it is. Oh, Manny, don't make me regret that. Isn't there a custom with a crown? Yes, but you still can't use the custom mask, can you? By 2034, King James might be president. Oh, I can't wait for the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson versus LeBron James presidential debate. It's going to be sick. It's going to be sick. We go to game number 2. Pre-stop rejected. So we'll have to give him more money in the offseason. That won't be a big deal. Looking for a small market team. Yes, the bright lights of Peg City. Manny James is in. Game number 2. Derek Jeter. Number 2. Derek Jeter. First period. 3-1. Stenberg. DuPont. Him. It's Kevin He. Stramel gets one back. A horrible angle, practically the Rask spot of days of old. 3-1. Second period. Fiala and Boldy for Minnesota. Green, Cripps, and Green. 6-3 at the end of the second period. We go to the third with a 3-goal lead. I should be confident, but I don't know if I am. Michael Misa, 7-3. Ruben Green, 8-3. Sturbach gets one back, but with 5 minutes left, the lead is 4. The Peg City Penny Pinchers, for the 4th straight series, are up 2-0, defending home ice to start a series. Two wins to go. Two wins to go. 2 more. This team, we said, should be capable. And they look it. It's game number 3 in Minnesota. Damn. I'm afraid to hit the button. Excited to hit the button, but afraid to hit the button. First period. 2-1 Wild. 2-1 Wild. We scored first, Ruben Green yet again, but it's Matt Boldy and Zeev Buyam. Minnesota has their first lead of the series. Second period. Okay, 2 goals apiece. Eriksson, Ek, and Boldy. Green and Misa on the power play. Down by 1 heading into the third. Goaltending's been rough. They have 4 goals on 18 shots. We're outplaying them, but James cannot make a save. Boldy makes it 5-3. Power play here, no dice. Power play for Minnesota. No conversion either. The goaltending let us down in game number 3. The Wild are on the board. The series now 2-1. Scared about James after last game? Yeah. He was letting in some pretty rough goals, from rough angles at least. Minnesota's on the board. We'll stick with our game plan then of switching goalies after each loss. Kirill Koltsov, welcome back to the starter role. Let's go back to the line combination that we had for the majority of the regular season after that loss and get Eyes Wozniak back with Diorio and Stenberg. Just to throw something different at him. It's game 4. Big moment in this series. First period, 1-1. It's Zether, the 4th line right wing. And with 12 seconds left, Sturbach gets another goal in this series. 1-1. Look at where we scored from. Look at where they scored from. It's a problem. Second period. Power play goal for Latikainen. Michael Misa made it 3-1. Fiala makes it 3-2. We're up by 1. We have a 2-1 series lead. Trying to make it 3. Power play for Minnesota. Extended power play. Holy hell, no goal though. And then Stromel. Will it be overtime? Yes, it will. And because it's the finals, we jump in for singular overtime. Will it be a 3-1 lead, or will the Wild defend their home turf and tie up this series? I mean, this could ultimately decide how this series goes from here. We need a win. We need a win. Yeah. Here we go. Ruben Green stripped of the puck by Cam York. Wins it back. Michael Misa to Taves, and he got it to the forehand. Couldn't get much on it, though. Rossi to Kaprizov. Kaprizov to York. Chinnikov. One-timer at the point. Good blocker save. DuPont was there to clean up the rebound. Heavy shot from the blue line. Green timing and all. As Ruben walks into Chinnikov. No ozone time for us so far. Chinnikov to Kaprizov. Toe dragged. Poked away. Harris and Misa work together to get the puck out. Here's Ruben Green one more time. Finds Taves. Taves to Misa. Couldn't hold the puck. D-change. Rossi. Up back. Cam York steps in. Shoots. And another big save for Koltsov. Misa continuing the battle on the boards. Wipes out Chinnikov. Rossi to Buyam. Now Tristan Luneau to Fiala. Tried to go backdoor. Cripps got a piece of it. Misa turns it over. Trying to get a line change here. Minnesota still pressuring. To the point. Now Stromel in front. Shot blocked. Fiala's backhand stopped. Koltsov making some big saves here at the start of the OT. Ruben Green looking. Shoots. Save. Loose puck. Wozniak back to Green. Another save. Wozniak. Green. Turns it over. Boldy to Stramel. Knocked off the puck by Brock Cripps. Finds Diorio. Saved by Wallstead. Wozniak can't get the shot off. What a chance for Alessandro Diorio. Chibrikov, toe drag, can't get the shot off. Ida eyes Wozniak. Diorio to DuPont. I don't even know why Kevin He is out here right now. Richie. Oh my God, Kevin He, a lot of Kainen off the change. Stopped by Wallstead. 2 breakaway saves as Minnesota get caught with the line change. Chibrikov to Eriksson Ek. Chibrikov again can't get the shot off. Chibrikov, apparently. A lot of Kainen chooses to dump it in. Richie off of a pick, no call. Richie the shot, good save, Koltsov. Zether to Corey. Corey to Michael Misa. There must be an injury. Misa broken up. Faber gets a piece of it. Turns it over though. Misa to Zether. To Corey. Shot blocked. Richie now. Stepping in, numbers for Minnesota. It wasn't pretty. But Minnesota has done what no team has been able to do against us in the playoffs this season. They had tied a series up at 2 apiece. A broken play as the puck deflects and Jess trickles in on the far side. There was a risky line change to try and get fresh legs out there. And that numbers disadvantage cost us. Especially with our least experienced defenders out there. Off the stick of Corey or Cameron. I couldn't tell. Maybe even his own man. And Boldy. I think it was Boldy's stick. We had 2 phenomenal chances on the breakaway. Wallstead makes the saves. And the Stanley Cup final is now a best of 3. 2 wins apiece. We are sticking with the formula. If you lose, you are out. Manny James back in for Game 5. Look here. I mean, there's an argument about maybe certain things we could change, but honestly, not too much. I think we leave it. There's, again, multiple different combinations we could go with, but Game 5, back on home ice. Can Minnesota make it 3 wins in a row? First period, 1-0. Esa Latikainen from a terrible angle. Second period. Not like this. Not like this, please. Kaprizov and Sturbach. 2-1 Wild as we head into the third period. Dangerous situation here. Power play chances. Nobody's scoring. Minnesota, another power play. They cannot score. Another power play, and it's Kevin Fiala. Fuck. The Minnesota Wild have won 3 straight games and are 1 win away from winning the Stanley Cup. Wow. Okay. Now's the part where people can take the time to go grab a drink or skip ahead when this ends up on YouTube, because we got to go all in on seeing who's performed well in this series and who hasn't. So it's going to take me a minute to look at some of the numbers, right? Koltsov in his only game with an 897. Manny James in this series has been incredibly hit or miss. If we go to the old save percentage calculator, right? And I want to find out what his exact save percentage is in this series. We really do need splits by series. That would be nice. But yeah, in terms of shots against in this series, he's faced 128 while making 115 saves. That is an 898. Neither goalie's done that well. It's a total toss-up. We have an 898 versus an 897. So, chat, while I look at defense, I'm going to put this into your hands. Who is the starting goalie for Game 6? Is it Koltsov or is it James? Let me know. Let's look at the defense in this series so far. Jordan Harris. We look at the game logs for Harris against Minnesota. 4 points and a +5. I mean, Jordan Harris has had a phenomenal series. Landon DuPont has 6 points and is a +7. Has also been phenomenal. So who hasn't been? Is it the second or the third pairing? Keandre Miller. No points. Yeah. And an even rating. So, I mean, not horrific, but not amazing. Brock Cripps. 3 points, but also, again, an even rating. So, I mean, he's been all right because at least he's contributing, but Cripps and Miller haven't been nearly as dominant as they were. Don Corey. No points and a -1. So not atrocious, but not as good of a trajectory as he was on. And then Carson Cameron, no points and a little bit worse at a -2. So, I mean, there is an argument of, do you actually, no, it's actually not a -2. It's no, it is. It is. Yeah, because it's even out. Sorry. Thought I looked at the wrong game. Top pairing is still crushing it. There is an argument to divide Miller and Cripps with Corey and Cameron and to split them up because we don't really have a great call-up. Chad selected for Koltsov to be the guy, by the way, which I'm okay with. You know, technically we could go for Stewart or Dahl to be called up, but it's not going to make too much of a difference. Shit. I'm not really too worried about the -1, to be honest. Corey and Cripps are both OFDs. That's why it's getting mad. No matter what, that's pretty much the change. So Corey and Cripps, Miller and Cameron for Game 6. And then for the forwards, we'll start at the bottom with Zether. What are we looking at here in this series so far for Zether. Point-wise, in the series, he has 3. I mean, he's been good, right? 3 points, a +6. Zether's been all right. Marko Kaltonen, 2 points and a +3. Not bad. So it doesn't look like the fourth line has been a negative for us in this series. And then Kevin He, 2 points and a +5. So not bad from Kevin He. Esa Latikainen, 3 points. Not too bad. But only a +1. Interesting. Again, hasn't been particularly poor, but not insane. Brooks Rogowski. How's Brooks done so far? 2 points and a +1. So yeah, the third line has been a little bit shaky compared to the fourth. Ozzy, 2 points and a +1 for Ozzy. Diorio, we found the problem. This second line has been getting ripped apart in the 3 straight games that we've lost. That is clearly the problem line. Holy. Wozniak. Oof. 1 point for Wozniak in this series. Fucking yikes, man. And a -3 overall. Okay. And then Stenberg has 3 points, but obviously the plus-minus isn't looking too great. So Stenberg, not sure where he's going to be. And then that's top line. Ruben Green has been quiet over the last 2 games. He started off so strong against Minnesota. So far, easily the best player that we've seen so far in this series. Michael Misa. Taking a look at the points here. I mean, 7 points, plus-minus again, started off strong. So it looks like there's some things to change about the middle 6. And what about Greg Taves? His rating has dropped back down a little bit from a 92. I mean, 6 points. That top line's been great. That top line has been great. There's an argument about maybe calling up some people from the AHL, but the top line stays Taves, Misa, and Green. The problem is the fourth line has been the second best line. So we need to mix and match a little bit. So, I mean, Kaltonen, and Zether have played really well together. Latikainen, I mean, that's honestly what it would look like. But I'm worried about that fourth line being in a better spot. I don't think we can do it. I think we have to leave them as the fourth line and let them continue to do well. So Latikainen, Rogowski, and Ozzy. Stenberg, Latikainen. Can we go? I don't think we can unless we play somebody out of position, which I try not to do. Ozzy, Woz, and Latikainen. Diorio, Rogowski, Stenberg. There's really not too much to change. It's just that they've outplayed us. Have we delayed the inevitable? Or will we win and force Game 7 back on home ice? First period of Game 6 in Minnesota. Our backs are against the wall here. We were up 2-0 in the series. It's now 3-2 Minnesota. Michael Misa, short-handed goal, kicks off the scoring. Late power play for us, but nothing doing. We are up 1-0 after one off a Michael Misa goal. Ryder Ritchie has tied the game. Eyes Wozniak, immediately offset by Eriksson Ek less than 30 seconds later. Halfway through the game, Eyes Wozniak scores again. 3-2. I don't know if a shootout's what we want to be in. We have the firepower, but those don't really go well for us. Huge late goal for Diorio. 4-2. Third period. The last 20 minutes that were guaranteed. Cam York scores immediately. Oh no, Ryder Ritchie ties the game. Oh my God, not like this, please. To lose 4 straight in the finals again, no! No! Minnesota takes the lead. Oh my God. Five, 4, Wild. Unbelievable.
Late goings of this third period of play. For those of you just tuning in now, better late than never.
2:39 to go. Charlie Strammel makes it 5-4 Minnesota. Faber gets destroyed by Taves. Cross ice. Misa over the line, pokes it to the corner. Misa drives, saved by Wallstead. Boldy upended by Misa. York as well, but Boldy comes away with it. Strammel over to Faber. Brock Faber. Ooh, backdoor pass. Good save by Koltsov. Taves to Corey. Corey hit hard. Misa chases York. Captain Jar Jar can't come up with it. Rossi upended at center ice by Weissblot. Here's Latakainen. At the blue line, DuPont. Wozniak! Locked. Tristan Luneau for Kirill Kaprizov. Loose puck. Koltsov keeps it out. 1:50 to go. Weissblot to Wozniak, who will dump it in. William and Luneau. Luneau gets decked by Wozniak. To the point. Diorio blocked. Loose puck that Kaprizov recovers. Kaprizov. Rossi. Save. Rogowski. 1:22 to go. Rogowski can't hold it past Declan Chisholm. Ramel to Kaprizov. Tried to go back. He and Faber working together. Diorio has the puck. 1:08 to go. The Wild looking to win 4 straight games. Looking to win the Stanley Cup. Harris's pass off the skates. Kaprizov to Stramel right now. Has the cup-winning goal. Faber's denied. Boldy, Stramel, and Fiala out there for Minnesota. Glove save, Koltsov. Plays it out for Corey. Michael Misa, the captain. Misa, down low for Rubin. Ruben to Corey. Brock Cripps for Taves. Scores! Greg Taves! We're not done! On the bumper, far side. A Taves causing misery to Minnesota one more time. It's 5-5 late in Game 6. Who is destined to choke more? One of my teams in franchise mode or Minnesota sports? 38.7 on the clock. We are tied at 5 apiece. Taves is 10th of the playoffs. Boldy holds on to it. Hit hard that time. Cripps loses it back to Boldy. Around the back, Boldy to Eriksson Ek. Held up by Misa. He has been everywhere. Corey for Misa. Up ahead to Ruben Green. Ruben over the line. Loses it in the skates. And gets it back. Glove save, Wallstead. What an effort by Ruben. Now is the time to call our timeout. Make sure the offense is out there fresh. I am switching the lines back, including the defense. It might work, it might not, but given that it's 5-5, pull the goalie. Honestly, I'm tempted. Do we switch goalies at this point of the game? As insane as that would be in real life. I feel like Koltsov, because he has the abilities, he should, famous last words, he should be able to do better, right?
Because he challenges the shooter who's all alone in the slot area. He turns aside a real dangerous opportunity.
Here we go. Pull the goalie? Nah, that's not happening. Too much time. Face off one. Harris blocked. Misa battling. Still fighting with Cam York. Ryder Ritchie. Chibrikov. 2 seconds left. We are going to overtime in game number 6 with the Stanley Cup on the line. Greg Taves sends us to OT. Will it be a Minnesota Cup win? On their home ice? Or will there be a Game 7? On ours, I should say, in our home arena. DuPont to Taves. Can't hold on to it. I feel like we're trying to go up the middle too much. Kaprizov to Chinnikov. Doesn't get all of it. Ends up out in the corner. Jordan Harris to Ruben Green. Ruben. Okay, boys, we gotta stop. We are just not holding the puck. What a pass by Misa to Green. Green throws one on, and Wallstead with the glove save. What do we do? I mean, break out wide. That's fine. Ozone, go weak side lock. Misa wins the draw. Jordan Harris doesn't get all of it, goes wide. Faber bumped. Chinnikov. Over the line. Chinnikov. Kaprizov can't hold it. Harris escapes. Rash Lord knows I'm trying. Misa to Green. Ruben Green. Blocked. Loose puck. Behind the net. Green has it again. Ruben turns it over. Our coach called a line change. It wasn't even me. Took away an option. Kaprizov to Faber. Scores! Blaming Crashy Andrews for the jinx. Thanks, Crashy.
The moment of truth has arrived. Lord Stanley is about to be handed out.
So much fun. You can feel and sense the dream is alive. It is right there, and I'm really curious to see who hoists it over their head first, James.
And here comes Cap, the engine, the lifeblood, the heart and soul of this squad. And he's finally a Stanley Cup winner.
Yeah, for the first time to be able to hoist that cup is an incredible feeling. I can just imagine the emotion that's circulating through his veins. But he has done everything for this team, but this is a deserved and earned moment.
You know, for some routines, Cheryl, you say it's old hat. I don't think winning the Stanley Cup multiple times ever gets tiresome.
Oh, it can't be, James. And it's no fluke, right? You know that he plays in the regular season, how difficult it is to make the playoffs. And then to be able to go round after round, I'm telling you, he's seasoned, and that lends right through the dressing room.
Well, based on that cup-winning goal, I can't imagine him ever having to pay for another meal with this team again.
He's got the key to the city, doesn't he, James? I mean, you scored an overtime winner to capture the Stanley Cup. The world is yours, and you can see all of the emotion. His teammates, this is a moment he'll never forget.
You know, he's not going to get the headlines or all the fanfare, but they don't win without his contributions.
No, they don't, James. I mean, the water bugs, they got to be moving, and they got to be creating energy, and that's exactly what he did, all while contributing at the same time. Let's face it, you need secondary scoring in a Stanley Cup final, and he provided it.
Just a great moment when you become Stanley Cup champions, and then it's the all-hands-on-deck team photo, and I love this.
I love that the Stanley Cup's in the middle with the entire group, the staff all wrapped around it, just signifying that every player, every staff member was a key.
We were up 2-0. 2-0 in this series. And we lost 4 straight games. Minnesota wins. Fuck. That really might have been our last chance. A play that ends it. Ruben Green goes for a backhand force to Misa. Had a guy open at the point. Picked off by Faber. Chinnikov to Rossi. Over to Kaprizov. Avoids DuPont. Puck to Brock Faber. Off the post and in. Stenberg just didn't have enough to muscle him off the puck. Goalie couldn't see a fucking thing. Two wins away after game 2. And still 2 wins away after game 6. We lose in the Stanley Cup final. Once to Edmonton and now to Minnesota. I can't even be happy that Laatikainen's getting the Rookie of the Year. I mean, I can be because it's great that we have a Calder winner, but like, Jesus Christ, man. Got listed as Rossi's goal. Good to know. Doesn't make too much of a difference to me, as you would be shocked to know. Fuck. The top line was so good. So good. Diorio, Stenberg, I mean, they let us down. Fucking hell. Fox not going to happen tonight. Wishful thinking, though. Both goalies were decent enough in the playoffs up until the very end. We just could not get a save in that series against Minnesota. And now we're left wondering what... I mean, they knocked off the two top teams. Seattle was the President's Trophy winner. We were the second seed in the NHL, top seed in the East, and it just didn't matter. 5 years, 5 different cup winners. Connor Bedard wins the Art Ross Trophy, as well as the Hart, now that the likes of Matthews and McDavid are out of the way. The Norris does go to Seamus Casey. That plus-minus really propelled him. Caulfield wins the Bing. Of course, Lattikainen wins the Calder. That is now back-to-back Calder winners, and indeed our third Calder winner. Unless somebody other than Ivankovic won it as well. Stramel wins the Conn Smythe. Hrabel, the Vezina, as well as the Jennings, Tyler Clever, the Masterton. Toronto's coach wins the Jack Adams. Pedersen, the Selke. And the Ted Lindsay Award to Bedard. Rocket Richard to Cole Caulfield. In the AHL, it is now back-to-back cups for Grand Rapids, and it has now been 4 years since the Lone Sharks have won anything. Alsher East was the top point getter, as well as MVP. A dude named Weinrich, top goal scorer. There's going to be a lot of unfamiliar names at this point. Zayev, top goaltender, and a dude named Nyquist, MVP. Holy shit, dude. I really thought we had it this year. I really did, in my head. I was thinking like, all right, cool. We're probably going back to college football for a little bit. I think out of all the games I could play right now, that's the one that I am looking forward to the most, but I can't quit on this team yet after being that close. Again, we got some contract stuff to worry about, not a ton. There might have to be a buyout of Jordan Harris. Maybe not yet, but he is starting to decline in a big-time way. Then again, we can just use him as a cap whale and be fine, but... God damn it.